Hey guys, this is Animal. Today I bring you a new video. It's gonna be some Hunter gameplay. God, I haven't touched my Hunter in like 6 months, I think. Well, last weekend. Last weekend I was working on the Titan and the Hunter because like I'm preparing them for the next DLC, light level wise, and a bit on the quest sides and stuff like that. But I hadn't touched my Hunter since like February or some shit like that. I think I just went on it from one time to grab the quest for the pinnacle weapons and stuff like that. Else than that, I hadn't touched Crucible, Strikes, anything with Hunter or Titan for like 6 months. All I did was playing Warlock and all that stuff. I'm a Warlock main, and with the little bit of time I had because of work and such and such, I just literally just did not touch my Hunter. But this gameplay is going to be a 52 eliminations gameplay, if I remember correctly, on my Hunter. And I was playing Spectral because I wanted to try out True Sight. People, some of my friends were saying that it's godly strong. And yes, it is. It is very godly. Holy. No wonder they're nerfing the time on that because, man, it's way too long and way too good. I spent the entire game pretty much crouch and just hand canning, trying to get the headshots so I could get true sight so you can see people throw walls and such, you know. It's such a deadly perk, and I can't even imagine competitive. I didn't try in competitive yet. The subclass tree is stupid good. All its nades and such are all like major corner type of like nades. So if you're in a bad situation, you can throw a nade in the corner and it kind of pushes the player away from you. But half this game type, I was just literally crouching around corners and all that kind of stuff to take advantage of that true sight pretty much. I think that's how it's called. True sight, to get that cloak pretty much to proc because it is so good on Spectral. To be honest, I mean, this was the first game I played with Hunter coming back on the Hunter, and I got a 50 plus elimination is kind of crazy. The subclass, when people say that you know, like Warlocks are kind of crazy in Crucible and such, I say the differ. I know Warlock are still kind of okay-ish in Crucible. If you play Dawnblade is super good. If you played for the Devourer build is super good. Stormcaller with Arc Web is okay. The super is glitchy as all hell though. Like that, I'll keep that for another video. There's so much glitches. Sometimes it won't even work properly. Titan right now I think is the dominant class in Crucible. Its supers are insane. The subclass tree are like regens of everything, kills, melees, none, name it. It's crazy. They got one of the best nades right now. It's a suppressor nade to suppress the amount of supers they have in the field. I'd say Titans right now are the dominant class when it comes to Crucible, and now they're going to be very dominant for PvE because they're getting a major buff. The Weapons of Light are going to be the top tier buffer for damage, if I seen correctly. So that's going to be big for Titan. But I mean, they are strong as hell. I think they could even get a little bit of a tone down in Crucible. The bottom tree striker is just probably the most idiotic super I ever played on. Like it's just, you can get up to like 11 or 12 kills with one super easy. I mean easy. I saw a video on Twitter the other week when it was the event there, and you could make arc supers last a lot longer. And the dude made that thing last, I think, for like 22 or 21 kills, I think, or something like that. Something bonkers, man. Like Striker is just, I think, is like the most craziest super we ever got in Destiny in the whole, like, the bottom tree at least. The top tree's not, I think the top tree's balanced. I think top tree is very balanced because of the double nades and such. I think mid tree is good, but could use a little bit more of a buffer when it comes to armor. Maybe the last few seconds when it lands, it gets like the speed where, you know, even bullets when it touches it, it's pretty much fucked. But I think it's because they want you to take advantage of exotics and such to make you very hard to kill. But I think Titan right now are the strongest when it comes to PvP. Hunters are always going to be a very dominant neutral game in Crucible. They're never going to be surpassed because the shade step is just so good. For players that just play Hunters in Crucible, never play Warlock or Titan, like shade step is such a good advantage. You can't even, like, people were laughing about it like at the beginning of the game when Destiny 2 came out. But you avoid all damage, you can go cloak, you can pretty much insta reload every gun, you can insta reload rocket launchers, which take forever to reload, and just re-splash your rocket everywhere. The same for shotguns, the same for fusions, the same for any gun. It just puts you in a situation where you cannot be stopped. Certain areas, like when I was playing with Hunter for a couple hours, I was like, wow, on my Warlock, I would have been dead, man. Like, I played a Rift, and it takes me, oh man, a good solid 4 seconds before I can, like, move in my Rift, you know? Like, before I even see my gun, like, I think it's like, not exaggerating, I think it's like a 2 seconds or something like that. But still, like, a shade step that takes you a nanosecond to do and insta reload your gun, compared to a Rift where it takes 2 to 3 seconds to put down, and you have to drop everything you're doing. You have no gun in your hand, no melee possibility. You have to wait until you see your weapons again and all that stuff to react. Look at right now, look at that. Like, True Sight is just crazy good, dude. I knew where the players were so I could align my shots for the next kills. No wonder everybody was taking it. Wow, this dude was lagging. But, like, Hunter, neutral game-wise, I think is going to be dominant for the entirety of Destiny 2 because of the way that shade step works. Wow, man, that NF street was nice, though. But True Sight was a big advantage for this shit, too. But, yeah, I think until they buff Warlock's neutral game, maybe the Rift faster, maybe the shield that reloads your weapons, the same for Rift, at least for that 1 second, and maybe make it fast like the shade step is. Because shade step, like you see right there, reloaded my gun, I'm ready for next encounter. You avoid all damage. Sometimes, like, I'll storm a Hunter and you'll shade step and he avoids all damage for a couple seconds, and that split second, E comes out of there with a shotgun shot, and then his buddy helps him finish me off. So it puts the Hunter in such a crazy good advantage where you can't compete with that type of ability. And I think that's why Hunters are always going to be very good in Crucible. Maybe one day they'll buff Warlock's ability, like the Rift ability, to be able to kind of like be put down faster, maybe. But else than that, there's nothing really you can do. But I still will main Warlock. I'll still be a Warlock main. I love my Warlock. I'm never going to change. But wow, man. You Hunter guys have it easy. Easy in Crucible. I'm joking. I'm just pulling some strings here. I'm just having some fun and yanking your strings. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you guys had a good laugh, and I hope that this guy's kind of helped. Sometimes, you know, like the newer players are gonna come into the game there for the next DLC. They're like, which character should I main since I play Crucible? And I think I'm gonna make a video explaining which type of class that somebody would have to run with, type of player wise and all that stuff. But hey, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.